My next upload for today on the 30th of September regards the simple fact of a matter that occurred in January 2017 regarding this child and this mother that were imposed upon by two plain-dressed guards without identification and without paperwork, as they should have had, and reason also to separate my child unlawfully from me, Garrod McElligott. This is what was issued in my absence when I was unlawfully detained by the Kerry University Hospital. This organisation is the Ombudsman Delaney for Children. They have heard from me since 2017 and 2018 and 2019 up to the present date. They have not addressed the unlawful care order of my child. The matter regarding the unlawful detainment was brought to the attention of the Department of Health in 2017. There was nothing done about it. This is from the Medical Council, an acknowledgement with regard to the offences I've experienced from local health practitioners that have been assisting violations to freedom, to assist individuals that are of treason and that are of damages and harms to my child. My child was raised and cared for and loved immaculately. There is a community of individuals in Tralee, County Kerry that are prioritising treason and spiritual transference and spiritual experiments with very dangerous practices against very sacred light fragments, gifts and blessings of my spiritual experience. The organisation known as GSOC has also heard from me, and that would be since 2017 also. The most recent application they received from me was in 2019. That's the Garda Ombudsman in Ireland. The European Court of Human Rights have also heard from me since 2019 with regard to all the offences that I've experienced. These are unacknowledged. There's liberty and security being violated, there's fair trial being violated, there's privacy being violated, there's discrimination being violated, and there's an abuse of my rights being violated. There are 5 organisations that have been involved in damages against my property, my personal life and my privacy, and most pertinently damages against my innocent baby boy. At the moment I'm in emergency accommodation. I am the proprietor of 2 farm holdings in Tubrid Hill and Kilflynn, County Kerry. A community has decided to withhold my child from me, and the community has decided to withhold my wealth from me. A community that does not know me, that has no right or remit with me, has decided to damage an innocent child. The issue of being in emergency accommodation and individuals of theft and slander living in my proximity is another issue. That's a HAPS rent contribution agreement. I received €200 from the state. That's a HAPS card. So I live on my own, and in the building where I'm supposed to be living on my own, there aren't any people to be in my proximity due to my royal title. Now, the treasonous offences are very dangerous since my child was born. He was damaged very severely in an unlawful care order that was issued unlawfully on the 30th of January 2017. The Ombudsman have been made aware of all of this. So the matter regarding being in HAPS accommodation and individuals up to a number of 40 individuals having access to a building where they're not meant to be intruding or trespassing is another dangerous offence that I'm tolerating, especially when they have been of damages to the environment, disturbances to the peace, intrusion and theft, amongst other more serious matters. So my child is legally a missing person, and I'm a married mother. So I'm wondering what individuals with the objective of theft and the individuals that have been of developments from my experiences, wildlife, the birds in Tralee, County Kerry, are very informative, and that's as a consequence of predators that have damaged my sacred light in this community with monetary exploitation as their objective, causing obstacles and obstructions against a woman that has changed the face of Ireland since 2018. So besides the fact that I have a royal title, and besides the fact that the government has obligations to my royal title, the issue of individuals being in a building where they're not supposed to be, and individuals up to a number of 40 people with keys to this building, intruding upon me, urinating at my apartment door, trespassing into my apartment, interfering with my belongings while I'm not here. I'm really curious what crime prevention is going on in the democracy, and with regard to the legislation of computational developments that originated from the spiritual violence that my body endured as a new mother. As regards the computational development that has been brought into the face of legislation in this country since 2019, I'm wondering why I'm receiving what I'm receiving from the state. I live on €200 from the state, and I'm a property owner and I'm a teacher, and there are human rights agencies that have heard from me. So I'm wondering, is there criminality being cooperated with and facilitated by individuals that are spiritual frauds and imposters and predators that have damaged a beautiful, sacred child? Now, it's not very often that a child is born sacred, and it's not very often that unlawful care orders are implemented and professionals negate and refute and fail their own functions and duties and responsibilities in our democracy. So I'm really curious, with regard to all the fabulous progress that I initiated in this country, I'm really curious how the democracy and its politicians feel about this situation when my property is being intruded upon due to